Good morning. This is Robert Goodman here on Positive Strokes, staying clean, and I'm so blessed that you are a part of my recovery. And today I'm going to talk about me. Going to talk about because I've been getting comments about why the videos are not looking so good, and uh, why they're just not coming out properly. They're not being done properly on YouTube. And what's the problem? Well, last month, me and my wife, we moved to another city. And where we moved at was a dead zone for Wi-Fi. And they are setting the Wi-Fi up in our area, which is taking a period of time. But the system that they do have now is not really working well. It goes in and out, and but I try to keep my message and keep focusing on sharing my strengths and hopes with you. But it's just doing the next right thing. So me and my wife, we have plenty of extenders. We got it all hooked up, and we're just waiting for the Wi-Fi company to do their part to take care of their business because we're fully set. So we're just waiting on them, and the situation is spotty, but that's okay. Because, see, you don't have to look and see me to listen to the message that I'm trying to share with you on my strength and hopes with you. If my video goes in and out, but the words keep shoot by, it's not about looking at me, it's about the message. That's what's important. And, you know, when we live life on life's terms and we change our living status, that means we must learn how to adapt to our new way of living, where we're living at, and we have to set ourselves up again a system that's conducive, that's going to be well for us to do. And it takes time. And this doesn't happen overnight. We have to set the place up where it's workable for us to do what we need to do for ourselves, which takes time. So a lot of things is going to change during the course of this next month, where we set it up, or the way we have things going on, or where how I'm doing my videos. All these things will probably change, but it's okay because the important thing is that we receive the message of how we can live live on life's terms in recovery. How we can live on life's terms in recovery. The most important thing I've learned in my recovery is having the ability to adapt to situations, to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can. But we must have the wisdom to know the difference, what we can and cannot do. And once I accept, I've done everything that I can about my Wi-Fi situation, so I'm good. But it didn't solve the problem because it's not in my ballpark. And when we face situations in our lives that we've done everything that we possibly could do for a circumstance and situation, then we must feel good with ourselves. It may not be the outcome that we want, but the point is we've done everything in our power to make the situation better. So we should feel good about ourselves behind what we did to make the situation better. We shouldn't feel upset that we didn't get it fully accomplished and get everything what we wanted. No, we've done everything in our own power to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. We've done everything that we possibly could. So we should be good with ourselves. We should feel proud of ourselves that we work hard on that situation to make it better. Not being upset or not feeling bad because it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. But here's the thing. When I started on my addiction, and then I went into recovery, I didn't know how I was going to end up. I didn't know where I was going to end up. I didn't know what type of life I was going to have. I just knew that I wanted to change my behavior and get rid of this addiction that was kept me in prison. But living life on life's terms taught me that there are blessings ahead as long as I do the next right thing. Real simple. As long as I do the next right thing, things get better. And in my recovery, this is what I've learned. I do the next right thing, things get better. And I realized that I spent a lot of time on the negativity of things didn't work out my way. And I lived in the self-pity, which made my problem even worse because I was crying the blues and I could not see myself out of that situation. Why? Because I was overwhelming myself behind the negativity of the situation. But when I realized that, Robert, you need to do what you can do to solve the problem. And I've done that. And then the program said, that's your gratitude list. You was able to do what you can do to help solve the problem. And it's like a mountain sometimes. Sometimes we have to chip at it until the mountain is gone, until the problem is gone. And it's okay because sometimes it takes time. Sometimes we can resolve a problem quickly, sometimes it's slowly, but it always materializes if we work for it. It always materializes if we work for it. So Robert can't be undue upset because I'm having a hard time doing the ability that I normally do, the things that I do with my page, with my YouTube page, with my Facebook page, with my Instagram, contacting people, all this shit, just threw everything totally up. And that's okay because life is in session. And when you live life, there's ups and there's downs. There's ups and there's downs and there's middle. And that's the way life is. But I also learned that I'm not going to allow life situations to keep me in the funk. Because if I keep myself in the funk, then I can't see a solution because I'm constantly paying attention to the situation and the pain of the situation. I'm not looking for a solution. But if I look for the solution and do what's uncomfortable and do the next right thing, things work out. Also, I stopped doing the blame game because blaming, okay, fine, a person did wrong, created a situation that I have to deal with. So me shooting the blame game and all that is not solving the problem. I have to do what I need to do to make sure the problem doesn't hurt or affect us as bad as it seems, or work on solving the problem. If I have to chip at it like a mountain to get rid of the problem, that's what I have to do. It doesn't matter who made the problem, but if the problem affects me and my family, then I have to take action to solve the problem. Pointing the finger is not going to get the problem solved. Because 9 times out of 10, when people do stuff to you, they don't own up to their mistakes and they don't help solve them. They give you an excuse what happened, and that's it. But you still have to deal with the problem. So in order for the problem to not be a problem anymore, I must address the problem and understand this is what the person did. This is what they caused this problem. And they're not helping me solve the problem, but they're giving me excuses why this happened. But they're not helping me solve the problem. So I can't trust them in things that are important. I cannot trust their word on things that are important because they left me hanging to solve their problem that affected me. And it's that simple. And I just chalk it up. They did the best they could of protecting themselves and putting me out there on the chopping block to save themselves. And it didn't work out like they chose it to. They felt it was going to work out and not catching the hell. So my job is to make sure the problem gets solved, but also it lets me know that I can't trust that person's word. Their actions tell me I can't trust their word because they put me in the situation, a precarious situation. They put me in this situation. And I was trusting them to be who they were, and they told me who they really was. So I must learn from that and just solve the problem, chip at that mountain. I learned that me having self-pity and crying the blues about things don't get things done. My great-grandfather always told me, he says, do the next right thing, get it done, handle your business. His words was handle your business. The program says do the next right thing. He said handle your business. And after you handle it, then you can cry the blues because the problem is solved. And you can cry the blues all you want, but the problem is solved. So today's message was, don't worry about how things change in your life, how circumstances change and catches you off guard, and you have to do extra to solve problems, or there's a mountain that just popped into your situation that you have to chip at, that you wasn't expecting to. And that's okay. Because where people that are achieving their goals and their dreams say the greatest enjoyment they had is climbing the ladder to reach their potential, to reach their dreams, to reach their goals. The traveling and dealing with circumstances, living life on life's terms, that was the greatest blessing, they say, that they've ever received, because they learn a lot about themselves and by people around them, which causes them to learn to make better choices and decisions that are concerning them and their family. This is Robert Goodman for Positive Growth, Staying Clean. And remember, things may be a little shady with my videos, but the message is still there. It's there for you. Because, see, I don't stop doing what I do. I share my strength and hopes with you. I do live. I don't write a script. This comes straight from the heart, from the information that I've learned, and I share it with you that way. I'm being real with you. I'm being honest with you because I want you to live your best life in recovery. And the best way that you can learn from me is to know that I'm not AI. My script is not written from AI. Everything that I'm sharing with you is something that I've learned in my recovery or in my addiction. I hope that what I share with you helps you live your best life and stay clean and sober. You have a great Wednesday. And remember, I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7:30. Positive Stroke, Staying Clean on YouTube. You're welcome to join, you're welcome to listen, and you're welcome to watch. You have a great day.